We know definitely that iftar means the breaking of the fast. The fasting person has been fasting since dawn, and when it is dusk, when it is the setting of Maghrib, he has to break his fast. One of the most important things that the fasted person has to put into cognizance, also put into serious consideration, is that he has to make his iftar as early as possible. He has to break his fast as early as possible. When the disk of the sun, when it goes beyond the horizon, then the fasting person should break his fast. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as narrated by Anas bin Malik in Sunan Abi Dawood, Musnad Imam Ahmed and Sunan Tirmidhi, said, "La yazalu an-nasu bi khairin ma ajjalu fitr." People will still be on goodness, they'll still be on what the Sharia deems to be good, in as much as they hasten to do the iftar. So it shows that the Sharia does not want to labor us, doesn't want to make things difficult for us. We are supposed to eat our pre-dawn meal as late as possible and do the iftar as early as possible. If one were to say, look, if I climb that mountain, I will see the sun. Somebody actually said that to the Prophet and said, look, I have not been commanded to climb mountains. So also, when you talk about them doing the iftar, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this is the hadith of Anas. The earlier one wasn't Anas. So in this hadith of Anas, it said, "Kan Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam yiftiru ala rutabat." The Messenger of Allah used to break his fast on fresh dates. He didn't say fruit, fresh dates. فَإِنْ لَمْ يَكُونْ رُطَبَاتٍ فَعَلَى التَّمْرَاتِ. Then if he doesn't find fresh dates, then he would then eat dry dates, and this is very common among us. The dry date called the dabino also. If he doesn't find the dry date, hasawat min ma, then the Messenger of Allah will take sips of water. So in this case, the best thing for you to break your fast with is with wet dates or fresh dates. If they are not available, then dry dates. If they are not available, then you drink water. After you have taken water, you may now consider fruits and other things. And then the Messenger of Allah would break his fast and then head to the masjid to observe the salah. Some assume that you must delay the breaking of fast till it's night time. In fact, that has been prohibited by the Messenger of Allah. You do not allow the stars to come out when you want to break your fasting. So also, the fasting person has a dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts. We have different narrations attributed to the Messenger of Allah. The most authentic seems to be the one where the Messenger of Allah says, ذهب الظمأ وابتلت العروق وثبت الأجر إن شاء الله. ذهب الظمأ, the test has gone. وابتلت العروق, and our veins are now nourished and now wet. وثبت الأجر إن شاء الله, and we are hopeful that the reward will come to us as Allah wills. So dua is one of the etiquettes of iftar also. Even if this hadith itself, because we have muhaddithin also who question the authenticity of this, even if this hadith is not authentic, we know for sure that dua when breaking our fast is highly encouraged. Number 4, the individual is not allowed or encouraged, or it's not in any way accepted that the person decides to break his fast and gets engrossed with eating and drinking to the extent that the person will miss Salatul Maghrib, or that the person will miss what is very important about Salatul Maghrib. You start with a slight meal, like the dates I talked about earlier, wet, dried, or water. Then you head to the masjid to observe the Maghrib prayer, after which you can now head back home and eat your meal. So it's not allowed for the individual to break the fast, and in an attempt to break the fast would now miss Maghrib prayer. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us a firm understanding of the thing. Going back to the first condition I mentioned earlier, that immediately the sun sets. It's important that we talk about this a bit more. When the disk of the sun sets beyond the horizon, it is time for us to break our fast. But when you say, when the individual doesn't see the sun again, we need to understand that it must be at a time that the sun that the sun sets. I mean, it would not be acceptable for you to say that, well, I didn't see the sun around 5:30 or 6 o'clock, and so because God said you should be early in breaking your fast, and then you break my fast. And no, the sun sets at a time that we normally believe the sun sets. Take for instance around 7, or the period which you know that the sun sets. Now, around this period you didn't see the circle of the sun again, you have to break your fast. If you climb a tall place, and you see the sun again. Some of the ulama say, since you have climbed that tall place, then you are supposed to continue your fast until the sun sets where you are. Ordinarily, ordinarily, what we ought to do is immediately sunset, we break our fast. We are not being commanded to climb a tall place or whatsoever. Another point I want to mention about the issue of breaking our fast is that when the disk of the sun sets and you have the twilight, that reddish glow you have after the sun has set, it means that you are at the time of Maghrib. That is indicative of the time of Maghrib. Because it's possible you find individuals who say that no, that reddish glow itself means that we should continue with our fasting. No, it doesn't mean that. It is an indication that it's time for Maghrib and you have to break your fast. A third important point I wanted to mention also is that let us assume that I broke my fast. I did the iftar when the disk of the sun has gone down the horizon. Then suddenly the sun reappeared. Well, that's a problem of the sun. In as much as I followed these procedures, I allowed the disk of the sunset, and I did my iftar at the time that I understand the sunset, and then the sun miraculously comes out again. So such a thing happened at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, and there is no report of people having to pay by that they are fasting. If you fulfill the conditions and you break your fast and the sun decides to come out again, well, that's the problem of the sun. May Allah SWT give us a firm understanding of the day. Inna wali dhalika wal qadr alayh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.